Hi friends, Christina here from the Raspberry Pi Foundation team. Thank you for joining me this week for Digital Making at Home. This week's theme is making connections. And honestly, I think this is one of our most important themes. Right now, I know we're at home and it's actually been kind of tough. I know I'm missing my friends, I'm missing my family. So I'm excited this week to show you how you can make them a personalized card using HTML and CSS. I think this is a really neat way that we can send some love to friends and families who are also in their homes and also keep each other safe. So let's jump into the project. I'm excited to code with you today. Okay, so we are on the projects page of the Raspberry Pi Foundation. And as always, feel free to check out our projects. We have over 200 to help you on your digital making journey. We are going to specifically for today, going to be starting with the Happy Birthday project. So to get there, you can type in rpf.io/dm-birthday. Now, don't worry if it's not your friend's birthday. It doesn't have to be a birthday card. This is just the project that we have as our base, and then you can change the text, change the images, and I'll show you how. So we're going to be using HTML and CSS today, which I'm excited about. And you'll see here on the left, what we're going to be doing is we'll talk about like what is HTML, what is CSS, how can you code and use those to create a card for your friend or family member. And then we're going to personalize and make your card. And to give you an idea of what this looks like, here's an example. So this card here, and got a rainbow, as you know. I love a good rainbow. And if you've coded with me in any of our previous videos, I've been doing a lot of rainbow projects. They're my favorites. And here we have an example, happy birthday card. And what we'll be able to do is I'm going to show you how you can change this text. So it can say any message that you want to send, and you can also change the image. What's really neat is we actually have coded a button here. So you'll have a very similar card that you can use. So then when you send the card to someone, they can click it and open it and see a personalized message. So you'll also learn how you can change the background color, the text color, and the images in here as well. So let's get coding. So all we're going to need for this project is a computer and a computer with internet so you can access Trinket, which we are going to be using. So I'm going to go ahead to our second section here. It tells us that we need Trinket. So let's move to the third section because this will actually link us to our Trinket project. So here is a link to our starter project. What's great about the starter project is it has some code already in it. So it's a little easier for us to change it up, especially if you're a beginner to using HTML or CSS. So we'll go ahead and open up this project. All right, so we've got our project open, and as you see, there's already some code in there, which is great. We want that. We're going to be using that code to learn how HTML works. So we're using Trinket, which is an all-in-one coding environment. What that means is we can see both our code, which is here on the left, and then we can see our web page. We can see our code come to life over here on the right. I'm actually going to make this code a little bit bigger because it's kind of small. And don't worry if you're looking at it and you're like, what is this? This is a whole nother language. First of all, it is. It's a whole nother language, and we're going to learn that language together. So over here in the top left, there's a menu icon. I'm going to click on that. That's going to change my font size. So feel free to change your font size as well if that's helpful. All right, that's bigger. Awesome. So let's start by just talking through what is HTML. So HTML uses tags to help to code. So here we have our first tag, an HTML tag here at the top. And this is a tag that's telling us that this is the start of our HTML document. And then we have a closing tag here at the bottom, line 12. And we know it's a closing tag because it has this / here. So let's try and identify a couple of tags. So here I have the head tag. See if you can find the closing head tag. Give it a couple seconds. All right, it's in line 5. Did you find it? High five if you found it. If you didn't find it, that's okay. I'll give you another one. How about line 7? We've got a body tag. Try and find the closing body tag. Couple of seconds. Feel free to pause the video if you don't want me to reveal it. Okay. Line 10. Line 10 is our closing body tag, and we know that because of the /. So let's talk through now like what is in these tags. So first, for line 3 through line 5, this is actually linking our web page. It's linking it to a CSS file. So we see here style.css. That is linked to actually this file here, which we're going to talk about in a second. But moving into line 7, the body tag, like this is the start of like what's on our web page. This is like where our content is. So our first piece of content is this sentence here. Hi, my name is Andy. And it starts with a paragraph tag and it ends with a closing paragraph tag. So I actually want to change that content. And this is what's great about this starter project is I can. So my name isn't Andy. I'm going to change it to my actual name, Christina. And you'll notice that it should change here in the right on your web page. If it doesn't change, that's okay. Double check here at the top of the top left, it says auto run for me. So if it doesn't say auto run for you, it probably says click to run. So you can click it to run, or you can change it right here with this down arrow. You can change it to auto run. So I like to have mine auto run where it'll just automatically run my code and make the changes. So now we've changed that copy. Let's actually look at the next paragraph tag, line 9, and we'll see that this sentence here, it says, I like running and riding my bike. And we see some additional tags that we haven't talked about yet. We see this tag here, which has our has these brackets and then has the letter B in it. And if we look over here at our web page, we see that running is actually different from the other text. We see that it's bold, right? And that's what this tag does. This is a bold tag, and it's made the text of running, it's made it bold. And then we also see here for riding my bike, it's made that italicized, which is what that tag does right here. And then it ends it by having a closing tag. So feel free to also change that. You can, I personally don't like running. I like swimming. So I'm going to change this. I'm going to personalize this. And this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be personalizing the content to make it our own. But I do like riding my bike, so I'll keep that one. And I actually like that this is bold. So I'm going to actually take this tag and I'm going to put it at the beginning here. Whoops. I'm going to put it at the beginning. I'm going to make this whole statement bold. All right, I like swimming. And I'm going to take out, and you'll see here, there's the closing tag for the bold. It ends after swimming, which is why swimming, it just says I like swimming is the only bolded part in this sentence, but I want the whole thing to be bolded, or to be bold. I'm going to have that here. So I'm going to change it. So now that whole sentence is bold. Great. All right. Now let's actually check out, we're going to look at our CSS file. And so CSS, another mouthful, cascading style sheets. We're going to call it CSS. And here, this is what our web page, what it looks like, okay? So we'll see here, the first part, it has body and it says our background is white. So you can actually change the background to any color you want. And if you want to check out some colors, what you can do, let me open up my additional, actually, oh, this is big, so I'm going to make this, I'm going to exit full screen here. And you can just Google like CSS trinket colors, and it'll give you some options for colors. So here we go. And you can pick any of these colors. Ooh, I like this. That's a lovely blue. And that's going to show here as, of course, I picked the one thing, cyan. Cyan, I think it's cyan. So let's go ahead. We're going to put that in here, and I'm going to change the color of my background. Awesome, looking good. All right, I'm liking my color choice. But actually, I want to play around a little bit, and feel free to play around with this. Make it your own. So let's see. I'm going to find another color. You know, love the cyan, but let's see. Ooh, scrolling down here. What do we got? This is another fun one. Magenta. Let's add in. Let's try some magenta. See how that looks. All right. Okay. So you see, you can change this. This is very different than what it was before. So you can change it to make it your own. And then we can also change the color of our text. So I can make this white. Let's see how that looks. Okay, that actually looks pretty good. All right, so have some fun and take some time to play around with the HTML and CSS here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move into a new Trinket file that has some additional code to set us up to create our card. So I'm going to go ahead and move to that now. So I'm going to go back to the Happy Birthday project and go here to the Making a Birthday Card section. So we're going to open a new Trinket that has, it's another starter project that has more code that gives us the code we need for that cool effect of the button and the opening up to the inside of the card. So make sure to go back to the Happy Birthday project. I'm going to open the Trinket that's linked here in the Making a Birthday Card section. So the link right here, I'm going to click on that. We're going to open up a new Trinket. And so this Trinket here is similar to what we saw earlier in the example. So we've already got the code set up. We've got text that says happy birthday. We've got an image of a robot. Then we've got a button that we can click. And then it opens up with another image, text, and another button to click to close. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to make this bigger so it's easier for us all to see. I'm going to go ahead and put it in full screen. Then I'm also going to make our font size bigger. Okay, great. So I know there's a lot more code. We're okay. We've done this already. There's just a little bit more code. So let's start looking. When I see code that I'm not familiar with, I start to look at things that I know, right, that I'm familiar with. So first thing, I see an HTML tag. Okay, I know what that is. It's telling me that this is where our HTML document is starting. I see a head tag. I see the closing tag I see the closing head tag. And this code here, line 4, 5, and 6, is just linking out to some additional files. Similarly, we're linking out to another CSS file, style.css. There's that file right there. And then a couple more files, but don't worry about those. Then we've got a body tag. Okay, this is looking familiar. Then I'm looking down here and I'm starting to match up things. So I see that happy birthday in line 14. That's the text that's over here on the web page. So I'm going to change it. I'm sending this card. I'm going to send it to my mom, I decided. So I'm going to change it to say, hi, Mom. I miss you. And then I'm also going to change the image in a second. And actually, I'll show you how to do that right now. That's going to be the new thing that we're going to add in here. So we see in line 17, we have the code for IMG, that's image. This is our outside pic, okay? Because if we click on this, there's also an inside pic. So we're going to start by changing the outside pic. And right now, it is the image of the robot. So to add an image, what you can do is you go to this image icon here in the top, like middle of your page, which is like the top right side of the left side here. And there's tons of images that you can use. And what you can do is you can use from the image library, or you can upload an image. So I'll first show you what you can do if you want to use from the image library. So I'm looking at the images I have here, and I'm going to use this penguin one. It's a great image. So I'm going to go ahead and go back here, and you want to make sure to use the exact name. So penguin.png. Oh, there's my penguin. Oh gosh, it looks so cute. Now it's important, like when I say exact, you also have to be conscious of capital letters. So because if I put a capital P, we're not going to have an image. So we got to make sure to use appropriate capitalization if there is any. So, okay, so we've got my text that I've changed. I've got a new image. I'm going to scroll down now, and it says click to open is the text for the button. I'm actually going to go ahead and change that. I'm going to add in click to open for a surprise. All right, and you see it's automatically running my code and changing it. Remember, that's happening because I have auto run set up here at the top. So this is, so far this is the text I have here. Let's go ahead. And so remember, this is just the copy or the text that's in the content of my web page. If I want to change the colors or I want to change the size of the font, that's in my CSS file. So we can go ahead to that right now and see here. And what the team has done is that they have they've coded or they've commented out. So for example, here in line 1, we see the pound sign. also the hashtag sign, is used to comment out this word here outside. So that's not being read by the computer. That's not being shown, but it is basically a label for us to tell us what this code is. So this is the code for the outside. So we've got the outside of the card, and then we've got the inside of the card. So right now we're on the outside of the card, and I'm starting to see like background color. That's familiar to me, and that's light gray. So actually I want to change that to light blue. All right, I like how that looks. And then we've got the width and the height. And with code, like I'm not an expert at HTML, but I know some of the basics. We just did those basics together. And I'm just going to scroll down and look through what's familiar to me. So I see, starting to see here, line 16, I see outside title. I see there's a color. So actually I'm going to change this. I think I'm going to change that to maybe purple. And remember, you can always look up colors too. You can go back to that page. Okay, change that to purple. And then I'm not a Courier font fan, more of an Arial. Well, that's the Mermaid, but I'm also a Mermaid and I'm an Arial font fan. Okay, and then font size, I want to make this big. All right. So you can also change your font size there in line 19. You can choose how to align your text in line 20. And then we can actually change the size of our outside pick, which is line 23. So I think the most important thing is like, you can't break this. Like you can change it, have fun with it, like try all the things. You can always undo, which is just Control or Command Z. So if I put something I don't like it, just Command Z and it'll bring it back. You can also reset the project. So you can go here to the menu and you can go to reset and it'll go back to the beginning. And then you can just start over again if you want to. So back here, I'm gonna play with the size. Let's make this a big penguin. Okay, well I just made it really wide, so I want it to be even. So, all right. Let's make the size bigger. Then outside, or let's keep going. I'm gonna change, the button is currently silver. I wanna make it white. Here, I just scrolled all the way down to the bottom to find that. And so now you see, like I've changed the image, I've changed the message. And so we see here as well, we've got information about the inside. So we've got like our inside color, our inside title, our inside pick. Before we do that, I want us to actually, I need to change what's inside here, inside the messaging as well. So remember to change this text. I'm gonna have to go back to our HTML document. So I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to look for inside because that indicates to me that that's the information, the text on the inside. Okay, here we go. So line 25, we have a div tag telling us we're now, and then I have a paragraph tag, line 27 for happy birthday on the inside. So I'm going to go change this to, hi mom, I miss you, and let's FaceTime soon. We FaceTime all the time. All right. Whoops. Zune. Let's FaceTime soon. Okay. That's the message I'm going to put in here. And then right now, remember the image that's on the inside, I can change that image. So I'm going to actually change that to an image that I've uploaded. So what you can do, remember we used some of the images that were already in the library. If you want to add an image to the library, you can go to image library, then you can just upload an image from your computer. So as you see here, I've got a couple of pictures of some dogs. If you've coded with me before, we did a picture, or we did a project about stories, and I told a story about puppies. Got an elephant, and I think I'm gonna use this image here. This one, my mother will love that one. The title of it is happy.jpg, and you notice the JPG is capitalized, so that's really important. So I'm gonna go back here, I'm gonna change this to happy. And now you'll see that it's not showing up, or it shouldn't show up. Yeah, it's not showing up yet because that's not correct, right? Remember, it's JPG. All right. And it's still not showing up because, does anyone remember? It needs to be capitalized. That's the title of my file. I need to make sure it's exact. All right, now it should work. Let's see. Oh, okay, let's see if we can play with the size here. Let's go to the CSS file. Remember, this is inside pick. So inside title, inside pick. Okay, yes, let's change this to different size. There it is. Okay, I'm gonna make it even bigger because that'll bring joy to my mother's heart. Okay. All right. So the card is like, hi, Mom, I miss you. Click to open for a surprise. And then she's going to see my face. Hi, Mom, I miss you. Let's FaceTime soon. Oh, we've still got a thing here. It says your message here. So I'm going to go back to my HTML file and change this. I hope you and Dad are having a great day. And then one more thing is I want to change the background. So right now the background color of the inside of my card is white, and I'm going to change that. Actually, let's look at some of the colors. Remember, we can go back to, I'm going to go ahead and close full screen. I'm going to go back to the colors here, and we've got all these colors to choose from. I think I'm going to do a green. So spring green is this color, and you can always copy that. So just Control C. And I'm going to bring that back to, oh no, I lost it. There it is. Okay. Bring that back here to my project. So yeah, we were at white. I'm going to make this spring green. So I'm going to insert that in there and then click to open for a surprise. Look at that. You know what? I'm actually going to try something because I want to see with Trinket if I can just click it to run, if it'll not change the page. Okay, that's great. So that's great when you're coding for the inside. If you change it, it'll hold off on going back because I just noticed it kept going back and forth. It kept going to the outside. So it'll change it here. So let's change this. I'm going to make this bigger. Inside title. Let's FaceTime soon. Again, I'm going to change this to Arial. We got our pick size. We've got the message. So I hope you and Dad are having a great day. I like the black. I'm going to keep the black, change that to Arial, and then change my font size again. Okay, so now I'm going to go click to run. Okay, hi Mom, I miss you. Click to open for a surprise. And then she sees my face. I miss you. Let's FaceTime soon. I hope you and Dad are having a great day. So now that I've personalized this card, you know I'm going to send it to my mom. So to do that, and something I think I mentioned, I want to remind you, if and you probably saw this if you tried to upload a photo, you do need to make an account to upload a photo. So I did do that, which is I'm signed into my account. So if you don't want to make an account, you can use the images that are already here in the library that our team has uploaded for you in this Trinket. Now, the last thing to make sure it's ready, to share with us. We'd love to see your card and to share and make a connection, because remember, we are making connections right now. While we can't make connections in person because we are staying home so that we can stay safe, we can make connections virtually and with technology, and that's why technology is such a great tool at this time. So we can go to share, and you can just go to link, and what'll happen is it'll show up a link right here. So that's the link that I'm going to use. I'm going to copy that link and I'm going to send it over to my mom, and I'll let you know what she thinks. I'm sure she'll appreciate it. So that is it for our HTML CSS card, personalized card project. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed this project and that you have fun creating a card and sending it over to someone. And you know, we want to see your card. So if you want to make a card for us, I'd love to see it. You can share it with us by going to rpf.io/home. And you can click to share your projects with us. We love to see your projects from all over the world, and we can't wait to make connections with you this week. As always, reach out if you have any questions, and happy coding. Bye!